I feel compression. Ah! I don't know if this is gonna be the intro or not. Okay, first thing, I was supposed to tell you guys this a while ago. Hux Racing, they are the ones that make the K-swap mounts for that. They have a coupon code for us. So if you go to their website and you type in Garage Idiots, you get 7% off. So just something I totally forgot to tell you guys. Here's a sneak peek of what ultimately this video is gonna be. And that cranks. Yeah, shut up. Hello, sorry, camera's a little off. So my starter's been going bad. It's freaking $250 for this hunk of poo. But now it's at the point where it is completely gone. So, shoot, I'm gonna miss this light. Hang on, I missed it. So in the morning, let me adjust you. So I'm really over it, to say the least. So we're gonna replace that today, and then I'm gonna do something on the bug. So that's what's going on. Okay, so you're supposed to take the intake manifold out to get to the starter, which is really stupid. So I'm gonna try to not do that. I think if I take the radiator support off, I can squeeze my hands in there. There is one bolt on the back side that I don't think I'm gonna be able to see at all, but that's the plan. This whole thing's gonna take 20 seconds of the video, so enjoy my pain, and then we'll get into the bug. This bolt is on the back of the starter and is the only reason why they recommend you take the intake manifold off, because you cannot see this at all, and I may or may not put it back in. We'll see how this goes. Okay, good. Honda was gonna get some dog poop sent to their front door if that didn't work. Okay, so if I'm correct, the Miata should be here right now, but I'm obviously filming this before the Miata is here because I don't know what the timeline of these videos are going to be. Bug. What I'm going to do right now is just take all the MR2 wiring out and lay the Acura wiring out. I have no idea where this video is going to lead. You probably got a better idea from the title. That's what I'm doing now. All of that is the MR2 wiring, like in and out, and I don't even think that's all of the engine harness. Some of it was still on the engine before I even got the car, so that's all of that. This is the entire Acura harness, minus the engine harness, which is basically just that. I don't know if that's from like technological advancements and they're just able to kind of condense everything, but that is, I mean, there's a lot of bulk in that and it's ridiculous. I mean, I'm a huge Toyota fan, but it seems like they I don't know, they probably made some advancements. I guess that's insane. So I'm gonna lay this out, kind of see, I'll Obviously, I'm gonna have to extend some wires and splice. Also, this is kind of nice, just being all empty and naked. There's a little bit of coolant from the heater core. So I'm gonna lay all this out and see how it looks and go from there, kind of see what we need to extend, change, splice, all that jazz. This looks like a mess, and it sort of is, but it's starting to make sense. So I had no power to anything. Come to find out, you need grounds. So what's interesting is, so this ground made the cluster light up. This ground made the ABS light come on. This ground made basically the key not work. Like if this was, see if it's touching, it turns stuff on and it's like bypassing the ignition. But then when they are all on together, they start to make sense. So then I was like, okay, we just need to plug it on the ground. So I have all those little alligator clips from the neighbor. So I'm just gonna try and connect all the grounds to the chassis, and then that'll be the motor to chassis. Just all I'm trying to do now is make sure that it cranks, to make sure that everything I have here will ultimately make it run, because that has to come back out. So I just wanna make sure everything I got going is what I need, and then we can start eliminating what we don't and kind of figuring out how everything's gonna lay out. So in short, I'm aware that there's a clutch pedal sensor that is not here. Basically where I'm at is that stays lit as long as that ground is touching. And then turn it on, all the lights come on. And then I go to crank it, there's a click, but nothing. It's telling me I'm out of gas, which is super nice of it. Everything is lit up, even the mileage, so that's way better than what we had 10 minutes ago. All of the grounds are alligator clipped. One thing that has me concerned is I don't have the plugs for 4 of these. This one has nothing in it, but I got 1, 2, 3, 4. So I kind of would like to find out what those are. None of the plugs that I have anywhere go to those. This one is large, which usually tells me it's somewhat important, and I have nothing that goes to that. This goes to the windshield wiper control. I have the headlight and blinker thing on there. Ignition is all plugged in, and I got the climate control to light up. I don't know where that goes. I thought I took everything off there that I needed, so I'm not sure if I need, maybe all I'm missing is the correct clutch pedal sensor. I'm not really sure. Okay, a little bit of headway. So that's, I'm missing those, and that's the freaking door. The e-brake, which is just that little single guy there. Okay, so what I thought was clutch was actually the freaking cigarette lighter, so that was a dumb mistake. This is the e-brake, which makes sense because this is the loom that goes to the rear. Sorry, not very enthusiastic, I'm thinking. I just want to hear it crank, because once we know it cranks, we know we have everything we need here. Real quick, before I leave, 2 good things. One, base model RSXs are at the junkyard, so as much as a pain in the butt as it would be, I could go there and find what all those wires go to. The other good thing is my Civic is, it's basically the same car. There's definitely some things that are different, but between that and the junkyard, we might be able to fish out what's going on here. So yeah, so we'll see you in a minute. Okay, so what I found out at the junkyard is these guys. So this yellow one is clutch, and this one is also clutch. So I grabbed this. This is actually out of a Civic, but it was identical. So that one is triggered when the clutch is engaged. That one is triggered when the clutch is not. I was always under the impression there was just one, and when it was on, it was on, when it was off, it's off. But this one uses 2, don't know why. So I'm hoping that will change our no cranking. 2 of these went to the car's stock amp, so that solved that problem. So I think we might have everything here. Okay, so clutch is engaged. I kind of redid the power wire. It is still super janky. Ta-da, look, we have power. Okay, so when I plugged that one in, it turned all the red lights on and the mileage. Ground. Body to 10, ground. Okay, where's my key? Right here. Okay, so that's a good sign. It's responding to the 100% responding to the key now. Okay, that's fantastic. That sparked real good. I wonder why that's such a good ground. Okay, so made this super janky, yet way better ground than a piece of metal barely touching here and floating on here. Because when I did crank it, it made a pretty big spark, which makes me think that that was just a bad ground and it was trying to send some, I don't know how electricity works. So that's done. We'll see if that does anything on. Oh! I feel compression. Ah! There it is. Okay, cool. So we should technically have everything we need. All that time was just the ground and that stupid clutch. Oh, that's exciting. Okay, cool. So that's done. Bueno. So now we have a lot of relocating and organizing to do. Who'd have thunk too? That's the battery from this MR2. God knows the last time it ran, but it had enough juice to crank it over, so that's cool. So a lot of reorganizing and extending and all sorts of crap. For the time being. So Miata Kart's here, which means we need to bring it inside, which means we have to do some rearranging and a little bit of cleaning. So what I'm thinking is, since the Miata is mobile, it makes sense that it would go right there. Jeep will go on that wall, and then the Bug will take up that space. Kind of scoot things around, make that a little more spacious, clean up the clutter again, get everything clean on the floor, move all that crap, and then we'll get right in here. Okay, so back here, absolute disaster. Need to clean up. There's stuff, okay? But this is gonna work out tremendously. So we can still work on this. We could always just swing it out a little bit. I do want to buy more of those, so this is easier to swing in and out of that tight corner. Freaking tons of room to work on the Miata Kart. The Bug and the MR2 obviously will one day be together, and they will not take up that much room. But I mean, I don't know what your guys' impression of a shop is, but this is a lot of room for me and Mina. So I am ridiculously, this is freaking sweet. That's the coolest looking thing we've ever done. This thing's super weird. That's weird. That looks really cool. So I'm gonna give you guys a little walkthrough on this and kind of what we need to change and kind of where we screwed up when we rushed building this. Get a little more comfortable to drive. We haven't really decided what we're gonna do with it. I kind of want to get a separate set of wheels and tires, put some big tires on it so it's lifted a little bit. Might make it a little more safe's not the word, but it might make us feel a little safer being a little higher off the ground. This thing is super scary to drive on the street just because you're so open and low. So we thought about doing that, and then we can still take it to the track, swap out wheels, and then run it. We keep going back and forth between putting a 1J in here or just spending like maybe $600 and putting pistons and rods in there, doing a real turbo setup. And I mean, so Mina weighed, I don't know if this was with him in it or not, but 1,700 pounds. So if I was without him, then it's what, 1,850, something like that. So super light. So if we can get an efficient turbo setup and make 350 wheel, I mean, this thing should run 11s, I would guess. We ran 15.7 with this turbo, an FMU, a half welded wastegate. I mean, we don't even know, it makes like 9 PSI for like 1,000 RPMs. it's very inefficient. So I think if we did a good turbo setup, spend a little bit of money making that Miata motor strong, this thing would just rip. So we're going back and forth between that. Coilovers ride really well, tires are good, it looks sweet. Transmission's good, diff is welded. Yeah, I don't really know. That's what we did in a nutshell. That's like a 1932 Ford grill, and then it's got a little Honda half-size radiator behind it. There's not much to it really, but it's definitely, I mean, that's between that and that. This looks really ugly to probably a lot of you guys, but this is probably my proudest creation, and that's definitely my favorite aesthetically. Me and Mina worked our butts off on that. I had to work a lot of late nights on this, so Mina wasn't around for most of it, but we basically had to put the whole body on and the roll cage and everything 36 hours before the race. So Mina was there for that whole 36 hours of carnage. It was 36 hours here straight, and he helped me do all that. So yeah, this thing's gonna be nuts. I'm very excited, guys. This is, despite the booth going away, this is all coming together really nice. I'm freaking pumped. Okay, that's it for this video. We got it to crank. We know what we need to do there. We know what we need to do on the Miata. Basically on the Jeep, I'm just waiting for a little bit of money to buy head bolts and head gaskets. It's not a lot, it's just I don't have the extra. But now we got plenty to do now, that's for sure. Hux Racing, okay, I forgot to tell you guys this. Hux Racing, we have a discount code. If you type in Garage Idiots, you get 7% off, which is cool because otherwise you wouldn't get 7% off. So they're sending the other mount that they're sending me shipped out 2 days ago, so it should be here any day now. So we'll pull the motor out, put that mount on. While the motor's out, we'll probably do fuel and kind of get all that stuff, probably spray the rest of the bay black, blah, blah, blah. We got a lot to do. Stuff's gonna get really exciting. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments, and we're gonna see you guys soon.